The Jacksonville Jaguars have officially signed Travis Hunter to a 4-year, $46.65 million rookie contract that rewrites the rules of NFL compensation. The 2024 Heisman Trophy winner becomes the first non-quarterback not drafted first overall to receive his entire $30.57 million signing bonus up front. This deal represents more than just another rookie contract. It establishes a new precedent that could reshape how the NFL values versatile players. Hunter's contract breaks multiple NFL records simultaneously. The $30.57 million signing bonus stands as the largest ever awarded to a non-quarterback not selected with the first overall pick. According to his agents, Adi Von Gontard and Ray Hija of Young Money APAA Sports, Hunter is the first player in this category to negotiate payment of his entire signing bonus at the front end of his contract. The deal includes full guarantees across all 4 years, totaling $46.65 million with the standard fifth-year option for first-round selections. This structure marks a significant departure from typical rookie contracts, which typically stagger bonuses and guarantee packages over multiple seasons. The Jaguars' decision to deliver the entire signing bonus immediately demonstrates their complete financial commitment to Hunter's potential. Per the NFL's collective bargaining agreement, rookie contract values are predetermined based on draft slot positioning. As the number 2 pick in April's draft, Hunter's total compensation was fixed at $46,665,000. However, the payment structure remained negotiable, and Hunter's representatives successfully secured the most favorable terms possible. Jacksonville entered the April draft with 10 selections, including the 5th overall pick. The franchise executed a massive trade with the Cleveland Browns to secure Hunter's services. The Jaguars surrendered their 5th overall pick, 36th overall pick, a 2025 4th-round selection, number 126, and their entire 2026 first-round pick. In return, they received the number 2nd pick, a 4th-round selection, number 106, and a 6th-round pick, number 2Z00. The Browns utilized Jacksonville's 2nd-round pick to select Ohio State running back Quinshon Judkins. This trade represents one of the most significant draft day investments in recent memory, with the Jaguars sacrificing substantial future capital to acquire Hunter. The inclusion of their 2026 first-round pick demonstrates the franchise's belief that Hunter can immediately transform their competitive trajectory. Hunter's college statistics at Colorado justify Jacksonville's aggressive pursuit. He averaged more than 113 snaps per game while playing both offense and defense throughout the 2024 season. On offense, Hunter recorded 96 receptions for 1,258 yards and 15 touchdowns, adding 1 rushing touchdown. His defensive production included 4 interceptions, 11 pass breakups, and 36 tackles. The Colorado standout captured every major individual award available to college football players. Hunter won the 2024 Heisman Trophy, became the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, and earned recognition as the AP College Football Player of the Year. These accolades reflect his exceptional ability to excel at the highest level on both sides of the ball. The Jaguars plan to deploy Hunter at both cornerback and wide receiver positions. He worked primarily on offense during OTAs and the mandatory 3-day minicamp, reflecting Jacksonville's initial emphasis on his receiving capabilities. Hunter's dual position status creates an unprecedented situation in modern NFL roster construction. The team announced Hunter's signing twice on social media platforms, posting separate announcements for DB Travis Hunter and WR Travis Hunter. This creative marketing approach highlights the novelty of his dual-role designation while emphasizing the franchise's commitment to maximizing his versatility. Hunter participated in all off-season practice sessions despite his unsigned contract status. His involvement in OTAs and minicamp provided critical opportunities for acclimation to NFL systems and teammate integration. The contract resolution eliminates any holdout concerns ahead of training camp, which begins July 19th when rookies report. Hunter's dual position status creates significant complications for future contract negotiations. Starting in 2028, his contract value will pivot based on his primary playing position, as determined by snap count distribution. This structure complicates the Jaguars' decision-making regarding his fifth-year option and potential franchise tag applications. The NFL's current collective bargaining agreement does not accommodate dual-position compensation structures. Wide receivers and cornerbacks operate under different salary scales, creating potential conflicts when determining Hunter's market value. This limitation could generate frustration and complex negotiation challenges after the 2027 season conclusion. Contract negotiations will become pivotal for the Jaguars as Hunter's dual role becomes more pronounced. If he plays both positions effectively and consistently, the franchise will face substantial challenges in acknowledging his contributions financially within existing CBA frameworks. The current agreement does not account for adequate compensation for players participating in multiple positions. Hunter married his high school sweetheart, Leanna Lenny, on May 24th at the barn at Faith Farms in Tennessee. The lavish ceremony featured upscale elegance, including a marquee reception, white roses, a towering wedding cake, and fireworks. Hunter surprised his wife with a Mercedes-AMG G63 Brabus 800, following an initial proposal that featured a $100,000 engagement ring. On June 11th, at the team's minicamp, Hunter proudly displayed an iced-out wedding ring during contract proceedings. Leanna's Instagram revealed that their wedding bands bore the engraving 224 with a heart symbol representing today, tomorrow, forever. The timing of his ring display during contract signing created a symbolic moment, blending personal celebration with professional achievement. Hunter expressed his satisfaction with the contract resolution in an interview with Brian Sexton. "It feels great. I'm very excited, ready to get to work," Hunter stated. He acknowledged that he hasn't been operating at full speed yet, focusing on authentic performance and work completion since his mid-May arrival. The rookie outlined his commitment to continued preparation despite upcoming personal time. Hunter plans to take a trip with friends during his break, but will maintain training camp preparation throughout. "You just gotta put work in. Don't let anybody stop the grind and don't get too sick of the process. I have been grinding my whole life," Hunter explained regarding success requirements at the professional level. Hunter maintained both wide receiver and cornerback responsibilities throughout his high school and college careers. He continues putting in work both defensively and offensively during training sessions. The Jaguars' investment in significant draft capital, including their 2026 first-round pick, makes Hunter aware of fan and management expectations. Trevor Lawrence, the #1 quarterback. First overall selection in the 2021 draft, faces increased pressure with Hunter's arrival. Lawrence made a Pro Bowl in his second season, but has largely failed to deliver on his pre-draft hype as a franchise-saving quarterback prospect. Jacksonville made the playoffs in 2022, but finished 9-8 and 4-13 in subsequent seasons without postseason berths. Lawrence didn't make the Pro Bowl in either season. Hunter's talents create additional pressure for Lawrence to deliver in his fifth NFL season. The Jaguars hope to capitalize on Lawrence's upside, with Hunter providing elite receiving capabilities. Jacksonville missed the playoffs in each of the past 2 seasons, making Hunter's immediate impact crucial for franchise competitiveness. Hunter's contract structure could reshape future negotiations for rookies in premium, versatile roles. Analysts suggest this precedent may influence how teams approach compensation for multi-position players. The Jaguars' willingness to award unprecedented upfront capital underscores Hunter's perceived value while backing their assessment with complete financial commitment. The contract represents a strategic pivot in how organizations view draft picks. The Jaguars consider Hunter not merely as a draft selection, but as a foundational piece on both offense and defense. This perspective could influence other franchises' approaches to versatile prospects in future drafts. With Hunter's contract resolution, only 2 2025 first-round draft picks remain unsigned. Cincinnati Bengals defensive end Shamar Stewart and Denver Broncos cornerback Jahdae Barron continue negotiations with their respective franchises. Hunter's deal may influence the structure and terms of these remaining contracts. The contract signing eliminates any holdout concerns ahead of training camp. Hunter's participation in all offseason activities despite his unsigned status demonstrated his professionalism and commitment to team preparation. His signature ends, a delay that extended through OTAs and mandatory minicamp. The Jaguars open their season against the Panthers in Week 1, where Hunter's NFL debut will face intense scrutiny. His performance will be measured across multiple metrics, including receptions, tackles, and overall impact on game outcomes. Hunter must demonstrate that he can justify the massive investment and live up to the substantial hype surrounding his professional transition. Hunter's early NFL development blends on-field promise with off-field prominence. He arrives in Jacksonville prepared to impress during training, having already generated attention in OTAs and practices with defensive highlights. The franchise expects immediate contributions as they attempt to return to postseason contention.
Trey Hendrickson refuses to play without new contract as Bengals risk losing their top defender before training camp begins.
So now that guy isn't there practicing, and Trey Hendrickson, as we all know, wants his money. Where does that stand? I mean, where do we go from here?
Trey Hendrickson, one of the NFL's most dominant pass rushers, has just reignited headlines, and not for the reasons Bengals fans were hoping. After weeks of silence, the Bengals have finally reopened contract talks with the All-Pro defensive end. But what Hendrickson just revealed sent shockwaves through the league. For weeks, speculation swirled around Trey Hendrickson's future in Cincinnati. Whispers turned into confirmation when he skipped the Bengals' mandatory minicamp, an unmissable sign that things were far from okay. Now, the Bengals have confirmed that they're back at the negotiating table, but Hendrickson's recent comments hint at something deeper, a breakdown of trust, and a growing divide that's become impossible to ignore. The problems didn't begin this offseason. According to Hendrickson, the team's lack of communication has been an issue for months. He told reporters, when there's a lack of communication in any relationship, where it's a business or personal relationship, lack of communication leads to animosity. He also confirmed that no discussions occurred after the draft, despite promises from the previous year. Instead of collaboration, Hendrickson says he was met with silence. When he skipped minicamp, it wasn't just about money, it was about sending a message. His absence cost him over $105,000 in fines. But to Hendrickson, that was a small price to pay to force the Bengals into action. Hendrickson isn't just any player. He led the entire NFL with 17.5 sacks last season, matching his total from the year before. He's been named to the Pro Bowl every year since joining the Bengals. And last season, he earned first-team All-Pro honors and was runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year. With 77 career sacks in 110 games, Hendrickson has been nothing short of elite. So when he says he won't play under his current contract, the Bengals are forced to listen. Right now, Hendrickson is set to earn around $15.8 million in 2025. That might sound like a lot until you look at what others are making. Myles Garrett just signed an extension worth $40 million per year. TJ Watt and Micah Parsons are both in line for massive raises. Even Hendrickson's own teammate, wide receiver Jamar Chase, recently secured a deal worth over $40 million annually. But Hendrickson isn't alone. The Bengals are now dealing with contract drama on two fronts. Rookie defensive end Shamar Stewart, one of their first-round picks, is also holding out over language in his rookie deal. That means both of the team's projected edge rushers missed minicamp. And to make matters worse, longtime Bengal Sam Hubbard, another key defensive piece, retired in March. The defensive line, the heart of the team's pass rush, is dangerously thin. If there was ever a time for the Bengals to act, it's now. After releasing linebacker Jermaine Pratt, the team now has over $27 million in cap space. That's more than enough to give Hendrickson the bump he's looking for. Training camp is just around the corner, and Hendrickson has made it clear he won't take the field under the current deal. The Bengals have two options: pay up or risk losing the anchor of their defense. There's even been chatter of trade possibilities. Earlier this year, Cincinnati quietly gave Hendrickson permission to seek a trade. Though talks died down, they never fully disappeared. If contract talks stall again, expect those rumors to explode. The Bengals are now at a crossroads: invest in their star defender or face the fallout. This isn't just about Hendrickson's future. This is about the Bengals signaling to the rest of the league and to their own locker room that they're serious about building a winner. Hendrickson has been vocal about the promises made last offseason, promises he says the team hasn't lived up to. If Cincinnati fumbles this, it could affect future contract talks with other players, and it could turn what was once one of the NFL's most feared defenses into a unit in crisis. Let's not forget, this situation affects more than just Hendrickson. Teammates are watching how the organization handles one of its most respected leaders. Young players, especially rookies like Stewart, are taking notes. If they see a Pro Bowl veteran getting stonewalled, what does that say about their own future with the team? The front office needs to consider the culture they're creating. Player retention doesn't happen in a vacuum. Respect, transparency, and follow-through, those are the currencies of long-term loyalty. When those values are compromised, it doesn't just affect negotiations. It changes locker room morale. If Hendrickson were to be traded or walk in free agency, the Bengals would lose more than a player. They'd lose a tone setter, a leader on and off the field. His ability to draw double teams frees up other defenders. His motor ignites energy in critical moments. You don't replace that easily. There's also the fan base to consider. Hendrickson is a fan favorite. A trade or release could shatter the trust many have placed in the front office. In a league where success often hinges on momentum, that kind of decision could derail more than just a season. This moment with Hendrickson represents something bigger, how the Bengals view their window of opportunity. Are they prepared to go all in, reward performance, and build on a core that has taken them to the playoffs? Or will they allow internal politics and budget priorities to hold them back? Additionally, Hendrickson's situation is part of a broader trend in the NFL. Star defenders across the league are demanding compensation that matches their production. With the salary cap rising year over year, these players are challenging front offices to prioritize value over position. Gone are the days when quarterbacks monopolized top-tier pay. Edge rushers, wide receivers, and corners are now commanding massive deals and shifting the economics of team building. The Bengals will have to determine if they want to be on the leading edge of this change or get left behind by it. In a division that features Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt, skimping on elite defensive talent is not a risk most franchises would take. Trey Hendrickson's message is loud and clear. Respect me or lose me. And in the NFL, players this dominant don't come around often. The Bengals now face a decision that could define the next 5 years of their franchise. Will they pay the man who's carried their defense for 4 seasons, or will they let one of the league's most feared pass rushers walk away? One thing is certain. The clock is ticking, and the entire NFL is watching. If you want more insider updates and breaking news from the NFL's most dramatic storylines, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is one saga you won't want to miss. The Los Angeles Lakers just delivered a crushing blow to Jerry Jones, and he doesn't even realize it yet. On Wednesday, June 18th, the Lakers shattered every record in sports history with a $10 billion sale to Mark Walter, CEO of Guggenheim Partners and owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. ESPN's Shams Charania broke the news that this represents the largest sale of a professional sports franchise in the world. Here's where things get interesting for Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. The Lakers were estimated at just $8.07 billion before this sale. They sold for $10 billion, well above their estimated value. Meanwhile, the Cowboys sit at a $10.32 billion valuation, according to Sportico's February 2025 estimates. Forbes valued Dallas at $10.1 billion in August 2024, making them the most valuable of all 32 NFL franchises. The math is simple and devastating for Jones. If the Lakers can exceed their estimated value by nearly $2 billion, what could the Cowboys fetch on the open market? Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports put it bluntly. The reported $10 billion sale of the Lakers would mean the Cowboys, who own their stadium, would go for a number much higher than their perceived valuation. We're talking about potentially $15 billion, maybe even $20 billion. The NFL generates far more revenue than the NBA, and the Cowboys own their stadium, something the Lakers don't. This isn't speculation anymore. The Lakers just proved that sports franchises can sell for billions above their estimated worth. But here's the kicker. Jerry Jones will never know what his team could actually be worth because he refuses to sell. Jonathan Jones said, The Joneses won't sell the team, which makes a realistic valuation improbable. The Cowboys remain stuck with an owner who values control over profit, even when that profit could break every record in sports business history.